Hey there. Welcome to your personalized deep dive. So you're interested in how to make those vision board dreams a reality, specifically when it comes to money, right? So we cracked open manifestation and money, a practical guide to financial success.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it's not your typical wish upon a star kind of advice.
It really digs into the nitty-gritty of aligning your mindset with actionable strategies.
Yeah, it's almost like having the treasure map and the survival guide for your financial journey.
Yeah.
All in one. So first things first, it talks about this idea that your thoughts can shape your reality.
Right.
Which might sound a bit out there, but...
Think of it this way.
Okay.
If you constantly tell yourself, I'll never be able to afford that, you're essentially putting up a mental roadblock to achieving it.
Right.
But if you shift your thinking to, I'm capable of attracting financial abundance...
Yeah.
It opens up possibilities.
Okay, I get that. But how do you actually make that shift?
Well...
The book mentions affirmations.
Yeah.
Do those actually work?
They can, if you use them strategically.
Right.
Imagine someone who grew up believing money is scarce and hard to come by.
Right.
They might repeat an affirmation like, money flows to me easily and effortlessly. This helps to chip away at that old belief system and replace it with a more abundant mindset.
So it's not just about chanting random positive phrases.
Right.
It's about targeting specific limiting beliefs you might have about money.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
It's not enough to just think differently about money. You need to back it up with action.
Right, because just sitting around visualizing a pile of cash isn't going to pay the bills.
Exactly.
What are some practical steps the book recommends?
Well, budgeting is a big one.
Right.
A lot of people see budgeting as restrictive, but the book frames it as taking control of your money and making it work for you.
You know, I've always struggled with budgeting.
I hear you.
I get overwhelmed just thinking about spreadsheets and tracking every penny.
There are tons of different budgeting methods out there.
Yeah.
So it's about finding one that fits your personality and lifestyle. Some people love the detailed tracking, while others prefer a more simplified approach.
So like the 50-30-20 rule,
That's a great one to start with.
where 50% of your income goes towards needs, 30% towards wants, and 20% towards savings and debt repayment.
It's easy to understand and implement.
I've heard that one's pretty popular.
But the key, no matter which method you choose, is to really understand where your money is going.
So you can spot any leaks in your spending habits
Exactly.
and redirect that money towards your goals.
You might be surprised how much you can save or even invest by simply becoming more aware of your spending patterns.
And speaking of investing, I remember the book also talked about diversifying income.
Right. And that's where things get really exciting.
Okay.
Instead of relying solely on your 9 to 5, you can create multiple streams of income to boost your financial stability.
Okay, so we're talking side hustles, investments, maybe even passive income streams. But let's be real, everyone says diversify.
Right.
But where do you even start?
That's where a bit of research and self-exploration comes in.
Okay.
Think about your skills, interests,
Yeah.
and resources. Maybe you have a knack for writing and could start freelancing.
Yeah.
Or perhaps you're passionate about photography and could sell your prints online.
I get it. So it's about aligning your income streams with your passions,
Exactly.
not just chasing whatever's trendy. I like that.
It's about creating a financial ecosystem that feels authentic to you.
So we've got the budgeting down. We're exploring some side hustles. It feels like we're building a solid foundation here.
Exactly. And that solid foundation is what allows those manifestation techniques to really take root.
Okay.
Remember those affirmations we talked about?
Yeah.
Imagine pairing an affirmation like, I am a savvy investor, with actually taking the time to learn about different investment strategies.
I see what you mean. It's like the affirmation sets the intention, and then taking action is what brings it to life.
Precisely. And that action doesn't have to be huge leaps right away. It could be as simple as reading a book about investing, subscribing to a financial newsletter, or even just having a conversation with someone who's knowledgeable about finances.
Okay, so small steps, but consistent action. But what about those times when things don't go as planned?
Right.
Like, say you're visualizing that dream promotion,
Yeah.
but you end up getting passed over
That's where the concept of gratitude and growth comes in.
Okay.
Even in the face of setbacks, it's important to acknowledge how far you've already come and to view those challenges as opportunities for learning and growth.
So instead of getting discouraged and giving up on those bigger goals,
Right.
you're using those experiences to refine your approach and learn something new.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe that setback was actually redirecting you towards an even better opportunity down the line.
Okay, that's a good way to reframe things. And you know what else I remember from the book? It talked about the importance of your surroundings.
Ah, yes, the power of your network.
Yep.
This can make a huge difference, not just in terms of practical advice and support, but also in terms of mindset.
Right, because negativity can be contagious. If you're surrounded by people who are constantly complaining about money or stuck in a scarcity mindset, it's going to be tough to break free from those patterns.
On the flip side, surrounding yourself with individuals who are financially savvy, ambitious, and supportive can be incredibly motivating.
Right.
Their energy and insights can rub off on you, helping you to elevate your own financial game.
It's almost like having a mastermind group for your money goals.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of it that way before.
And think about it this way. If you were trying to get in shape, you'd probably surround yourself with people who value health and fitness, right? The same principle applies to your finances.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the internal work of mindset and affirmations, but also about creating an external environment that supports your financial growth.
Absolutely. It's about aligning your internal and external worlds to create a powerful force for financial success.
Wow, I'm really starting to see how all these pieces fit together. It's not just about manifesting a pile of cash out of thin air. It's about creating a holistic approach that blends mindset, action, and environment.
Exactly. It's about becoming the architect of your financial future.
This is all really resonating with me. What were some of the key takeaways that stood out for you from the source?
I think the idea that inspired action is more powerful than simply wishing for things really resonated with me. Like, it's great to visualize those goals, but it's the concrete steps you take, no matter how small, that truly bring them to life.
Right, and those small steps build momentum over time. What about you? What really struck you?
Honestly, the whole idea of creating a supportive network for your financial goals was an eye-opener. I hadn't realized how much of an impact our surroundings can have on our financial well-being. It's definitely something I'm going to be more mindful of moving forward.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that we're not in this alone. There are people out there who can offer guidance, support, and inspiration along the way. This deep dive has given us so much to think about.
It really has, and it's all about taking those insights and applying them to your unique situation.
Right, because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to financial success. It's about figuring out what works best for you, your goals, and your lifestyle.
Exactly, and it's a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, but the key is to stay focused on your vision and to keep taking those inspired actions.
And to remember that you don't have to do it all alone. Building that supportive network can make all the difference.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's one final thought you want to leave our listeners with?
I'd say don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. Maybe affirmations are your thing. Maybe they're not. Maybe you thrive on detailed budgets. Maybe you prefer a more intuitive approach. The key is to keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward on your path to financial abundance.
That's great advice. And remember, the power to create the financial future you desire lies within you. You've got this.
So go out there and make that money magic happen. And hey, if you discover any cool money manifestation tips along the way, we'd love to hear about them. Until then, happy manifesting.